Okay, so on to the next track / performance in Haynes's intoxicating melody enigmas. It truly has been intoxicating. It truly has been melodic, and it's somewhat starting to feel like an enigma at this point. So this one over here is London Grammar. Now, I have heard of London Grammar before. I think I've reacted to 1 or 2 songs of London Grammar. I think it was introduced to me by Tom Bredesen, if I'm not mistaken. Either Tom or Michael Rater. I'm not sure, but I think it was Tom Bredesen. This one's called Strong, so I've never reacted to this, and it's live on KEXP. So yeah, let's for those of you who are joining only now, it is an absolutely beautiful series, and it only gets better as you progress through it. So I'm telling you, go right to the beginning of the series. I promise you, it's so well worth it. It's such a beautiful, calming series that I'm absolutely loving today. So that before we even get started with this, the 535 mini series, I'm just letting you know again, I'm leaving the link down in the pinned comment. You can click on that and you can go and book a 535 mini series if you feel so inclined, and if it's within your means, obviously. Please always, if it's within your means. There's 5 slots left, literally 5 slots. Once those 5 slots are booked up, then I'm not opening up a custom series booking form up until middle of January. Once you book a mini-series, you enter the competition to win a 30 reaction package series for free from me. If your series wins, if you give me the best variety of music and I deem your series to be the best, you will win that, and I'll drop a video saying who the winner is in the beginning of January. We will do all of that, but I will also drop a video soon in the next day or 2 just explaining about the mini-series and where we're going with that and all that far. So yeah, but let's get straight into this. That link is down in the pinned comment again, sorry. London Grammar, Strong, live on KEXP. Let's see what we've got. Let's go.
Excuse me for a while I'm wide-eyed and I'm so down caught in the middle.
All these tracks are so mellow.
I've excused you for a while I'm wide-eyed and I'm so down caught in the middle. And a lion roars, but you not listen.
Wow, her voice is beautiful, man.
If a child cries, would you not give them? Yeah, man seems so strong. Yeah, man speaks so long, but never been so wrong. Yeah, man seems so strong. Yeah, man speaks so long, but never been so wrong.
So this over here, so yeah, man speaks so strong, man something so long, but he's never been so wrong, right? So I mean, to a certain point, I mean, yeah, I mean, man has made, and I think man in terms of generality, she's speaking about the human race in terms of man, right? Where it's like, yes, we do put out the strong disposition, specifically like men. You know, we've always every man wants to be a strong man. Every man wants to be this this powerful being. But that is within our DNA. That's within our character. That is what we do. And yes, we can get swept up by that, and we can play into power. But that's happened for centuries. You're not going to change that, right? It actually goes against sort of human nature to try and change that, to like feminize a man, right? To be like, oh no, you know, if we make him more feminine, he's gonna be better. No, if you make him more feminine, you actually destroy him. You're destroying the better part of what a man is, right? A man is meant to be dangerous. He's meant to be dangerous, but he's meant to also control that danger. So he needs to have that yin and yang. He needs to have the capability and the capacity. He needs to have the capacity for danger, while at the same time simultaneously being soft about it and not using it willy-nilly just to project power, right? At the end of the day, that is what you want from human beings, because the world we live in have got bad people. The world we live in has got enemies. You're not going to change people's mentalities. You never have. We never have. That is how society has been from the beginning of time. They are the conquerors and they are the defenders. They are just, you're not going to change that. And for us to say that it's just being a man is because of their sort of like dangerous traits and strongman sort of demeanor and things like that, to say that that is wrong to have is actually very, very incorrect. It's wrong if it's not controlled, right? But it's important to actually have that. And yes, we have been wrong many a times, man. And we, but we do get swept up by power, and we get swept up by power and greed. And unfortunately, it's a curse that humanity has carried throughout existence, right? We always give in to greed. But as we progress, which we've progressed exceptionally well. We're living in the best time there ever was. It might not feel like it right now. We might very well put ourselves back in bad times, but there has never been a point in history. You cannot point me to a point in history where we've lived better than right now. Every single group of people, no one's lived better than right now. We've progressed dramatically. We've progressed with science, medication, philosophy. We've progressed with laws, human rights, absolutely everything. Is it perfect? Absolutely, it's not perfect. Absolutely not. But we keep progressing. But, right, it's getting to a point where, we've kind of like reaching the platform with the train, and we're deciding like sort of not to stop and manage that. We're just accelerating and we're about to destroy it all, right? All of the gains we want to destroy because of hatred and victimization and victimhood and things like that. So I'm not entirely sure if that's what she's playing to, but that's at least what I'm getting from. But I don't disagree with her premise, is that yes, we are often wrong. Man as a whole in general are often wrong because we play into our weaker traits, which is greed and power. You know what I mean?
I've never been so wrong. Excuse me for a while I'm wide-eyed and I'm so damn caught in the middle. Have you wondered for a while? I have a feeling deep down you're caught in the middle.
Yep.
And if a lion roars, would you not listen? If a child cries, would you not give them? Yeah.
I love that she's playing into sort of the powerful and then the subtlety as well, right? Where we actually do respond to both, right? So if a lion roars in terms of a warning, right? If man is given a warning, like you can see what's going to happen, would you not listen? Like, would you still go into the lion's den? Yes, men would do that. Yes, man would do that. That is basically how we put men on the moon. That is basically how we have broken unbelievable scientific achievements, is because we didn't listen, right? Because we always try to break the boundary, even if it was to our own detriment. We try to break the boundaries, and sometimes we created some of the worst things on earth, right? Some of the most amazing scientific developments, which could be unbelievable for the world, turned into weaponry, like the nuclear weapon, right? But man does not progress. Men, and I'm saying society, man as a whole, essentially, does not progress without taking those kind of risks. Right? Sometimes you got to get into the lion's den to create something. You got to get into the lion's den, right? It's dangerous to fly out into space, but we did it anyway because that's what man does. Man wants to explore, right? Wants to widen its horizons. And I like the juxtaposition between the lion and the baby, because at the same time, there's that soft vulnerability that man should listen to. Right? And that's why I say you need to be capable of danger and be able to control it. You should be able to slit someone's throat and be able to caress a baby as a man, you know what I mean? And love a baby. And that's unbelievably important, because at some point in your life, those two are going to meet, where to protect the one, you're going to have to be vicious to the other. You know what I mean? that's what actually that's what actually makes man a beautiful being. Men are not like, man is in terms of humanity, we're not very good at prevention. We're very good at adaptation. We're very good at innovation, right? We're terrible at prevention. Do you know what I mean? We'll be there and we'll go into like the den of lion, like the lion's roaring, in this case, using her metaphor, the lion's roaring, and we'll go in there anyway because we're too curious, and our curiosity will lead to consequences, some devastating consequences, and then we learn from that, and we're like, okay, let's adapt, and maybe this time I will go and see the lion through like a viewing pen where I'm not actually physically in its thing. That's what we do, right? We're very, very good at innovating and adapting, but we're not very good at prevention. Right? But there's something endearing about that. There's something endearing about our humanity in the sense that we'll put ourselves in very dangerous positions to learn something. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I like the juxtaposition between the vulnerability of a child, which man is very much connected to and has that innate human feeling towards, and innate human vulnerability towards, and then also his ability to be dangerous and play with fire, like going into a lion's den. I like that. Beautiful.
To give them. Yeah, man seems so strong. Yeah, man speaks so low, but never been so wrong. And man seems so strong. Yeah, man speaks so low, but never been so wrong.
I think when coming down to the political systems and the political structures, I think we've gotten it very wrong. But these are not easy things to get right at the end of the day. Democracy is a very difficult thing to get right? It's something that needs to be worked on and developed on all of the time. But I think we've progressed pretty well. You know what I mean? We the strongman stance that leaders have around the world, these despots and things like that. Correct, I agree. We've never been so wrong when it comes to treating humans like pawns. But it is just something that some men do. You know what I mean? And it's not the majority of men. It's just men in power will do that. Women in power will do that. Women in power have done that, right? It's just, but I think what she's actually speaking of is man in terms of like as humanity as a whole, essentially. But that's part of our character. And in the end of the day, we wouldn't know what's right without those wrong things. We wouldn't know that war is devastating without peace. We wouldn't know that love is beautiful without hate. We wouldn't know any of those things. You need to have the equal opposite in order to appreciate those kind of things. So yes, we have been wrong, but damn, have we been right as well? You know what I mean? And we see it all over. You see it all over the world and its innovation and its progression and things like that. And yes, we are still very wrong about many different things, but we have been right about many different things, and we actually got the world to a point of relative peace, which it never had prior to World War II, ever. Everyone was always fighting. There was inhumanity, there was slavery, there was conquering, and everyone was trying to take over their neighbor and was trying to oppress a minority or something like that. And we got to a point in humanity where we actually started saying those things are wrong, and we started putting laws in place, and we started progressing, right? Is it perfect? No, it'll never be perfect, right? But it's the best we've ever had. It's the best we've ever had. We never had a better time in human history, ever. We've never had a better time in human history. We are very quickly trying to destroy it because we're not grateful for the progressions we've made, right? So in real time, we are trying to destroy it and take ourselves back to that kind of world where we're going to kick ourselves and say, shit, we actually had it good, but we had to play into silliness because we had too many privileges. But anyway, carry on. It's a beautiful song, man.
Equally as beautiful. London Grammar live on KEXP.
Beautiful
Wow,
song.
you guys just sound incredible.
Oh, thank you very
I
much.
felt emotional in that one as well.
Absolutely love that song. I love the vocals on that. Absolutely beautiful with the guitar as well. I get the message. I think the message is a powerful one, and I think it's one that is meant to make you introspect in terms of who we are and how far we can push for our own greed. So I think that's the whole purpose of the song. So really, I like the sentiment of it. But then, just to add a bit of nuance as well, I said what I said. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think down below, and I'll catch you on the very next one. Peace!